It is amazing that the Journeyman is coming to an end with today's episode. But before that, we got a Champions League final to win. Let's get into it, my dudes. Before we get into today's episode, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Just looked up to see if my mic was on. It is. All right, so it is time for the final, Champions League final against Man City. It is the last episode of the save, and we have had a great journey so far. Hopefully we can close it out on a good note against Man City. I know in the previous couple episodes I've mentioned that I wanted to do a review episode. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to include that in today's episode as well because we've only got one match. So we're going to play the Champions League final, come back, and then do the review afterwards. We're going to do the season review. Just check out everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to review the entire save alongside the season review. And I think we're ready. It's going to be a tough one. I think it's really going to be a tough one. We did get past the tougher opposition in Barcelona, I believe. Sorry, I was moving the mic. I'm not exactly happy where it's at right now. And yeah, so I think we have enough to win this match, but it's just going to be a tough one. We last left off where we drew against Barcelona 3-3. We've won every match since then. And a guy that's actually looked a little bit better of late is Drias. And I have really decided, he's looked good except for one match. This match right here, he was terrible in it. I've debated starting him in this match. I don't think I'm going to, though. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to stick with our guns. And we're going to throw, what is his name? Gonzalez up top, if I can find him. I am looking for him. Am I blind? He is okay. Never mind. He is starting up top already. I just didn't expect it because Quick Pick's been putting Driz up top, and I just kind of started rolling with it. We've got one spot we can fill, and I'm thinking about giving that spot to Dragon. I don't know what we're going to do here. I think this is going to be a really good match. We're going to throw Odegaard in there just for a little bit of experience as well. I'm debating swapping out Mbappe, but for experience reasons, he's going to stay in the match. We need to pick out what we want on our corners. We need to figure this out today. We'll take that out. Who do we want on the left-hand side? I'm leaning toward Odegaard. Or I'm sorry, I'm not leaning toward Odegaard. I'm leaning toward Andre. Andre on the left, Odegaard on the right. We'll do that. We need to set up our corners, though, for this match because I didn't do it yet. I have not done it. Okay, not. Callahan can be there. I guess we'll roll with that. I don't necessarily like the far post in that one, but it has to be that way. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. I think we're going to roll with that. We're set up. Sorry, I got to get positioned right. I'm actually recording this episode a little bit earlier than what I usually do, so kind of out of it. We got Bilal in goal. A back four of Henrique, Gannett, Callahan, and Garms. In the midfield, Odegaard and Cassie. Right-hand side, Russell. In the middle, Andre. Left-hand side, Mbappe. And up top, Gonzalez. I'm nervous, my dudes. I hadn't felt this way since the Derby County Champions League final we had with them. This is a good Man City side. As I said before, they're not as good as that Barcelona side that we beat in the last round. But it's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it's everything's fine with the president. We're at the Champions League final. We're talking about my relationship with the president. Come on. Ain't nobody got time for that. Russell, picking up an injury early on. That's what he has done a lot of lately. It's constant injuries with him. And it's not like 2-3 week injuries. It's, I just need to come out for the match. You know, and then he's hurt for 2-3 days. We get him healthy again. Then he gets banged up against Callahan, third goal of the season. The set pieces working there. Odegaard on the assist. 1-0. Okay. I don't believe we have won any international honors since the Journeyman has started, and hopefully we can change that today because that would be amazing. All right, Garms is throwing this in. He gets it to Mbappe. Okay. Poor pass. Poor pass. I don't like that. Man City looking to counter here. One of the players that I've been scared about this entire time turns the ball over there. Youssef Demir. Garms with it now. Mbappe. Andre. Okay. We got something here, hopefully. Andre with it again. Cassie with it. Mbappe's made a decent little run here. It stopped, though. Russell deflects it off a defender. We'll get that 2-goal lead. I'll be ecstatic. Okay, I'm not saying nothing. I almost said we're going to encourage the guys. There's Russell. He's hurt. Odin. We'll bring him on. That's not what we wanted. Definitely not what we wanted this early in the match. We don't even make it to halftime before making a change. I've really worked on trying to get most of the guys fit for this match. Even some of the bench players. We've been rotating the squad a lot between episodes. And Odegaard just came back. We played him a little bit in the last match. He comes back for this one in the starting lineup. And I'm glad to have him. Glad to have him in this lineup. We give up a corner here. Bilal done a good job to turn that ball out, though. Okay. Safe hands, Bilal. Good job. Keep it up, my dudes. Gonzalez is not having the best games up top. Our attack really, in general, is not looking too hot out there. But O'Callaghan giving us the lead going into halftime. We're fine with this. We are totally fine playing a defensive match. Outstretch the arms, pump the fist, trophy on the line, keep it up. I am actually going to go ahead and change up a little bit on the set pieces. Okay, we got 3 staying back on the right-hand side. Okay, I'm not changing anything on the set pieces. I want to keep 3 back. Trying to eliminate a counterattack coming from one of our set pieces. Andre's having a really poor match out there. I am debating changing him out. I don't know what we do. Gonzalez might be the first change, though. I might be bringing Driz on earlier than what I expected. Like I said, I debated bringing him on in this match to start, but ultimately I went with the more experienced Gonzalez up top, and it's tied up now 1-1. Okay, that's a bit of a kick in the nads. We're going to let this highlight play out before we make a change here. We're going to bring Driz in, as I said. I think that's the only thing we're going to change right now. Okay. Hey, get a stop here, please. Callahan pushes it out. Good job. Garms with it. Trying to get it up to Mbappe. It's not to him, though. It's a little bit further out. That player right there with the ball, he's a good player as well. I noticed him in the highlighting of Man City in the last episode. Oh, no. Okay, Henrique, good job. Odegaard pushing it forward. There's nobody in that position, Odegaard. Just nobody in general. Just hold on to it a little bit longer. Okay, it's time to make a change up top. I'm putting big faith in a young player like Driz right now. Like I said, he's been in good form, though. Mbappe, I mean, nobody's looking good up here. None of these guys have done anything in this match. I'm keeping Mbappe on, though, mainly for penalties at this point. I'm debating bringing somebody else on that we have that might be pretty good at penalties as well. Who is bad at penalties? I mean, you're pretty good at penalties, ain't you? I mean, it's time to start thinking about this a little bit now at this point. Okay, so Garms is trash at penalties. Maybe later in the match. Okay, I was thinking Lucas, but Lucas is trash at penalties too. What about David? David's hurt. I definitely want Fatty on the pitch when penalties come about because he's really good. What about Rayner? How good is Rayner? I mean, he's not great, is he? Dragon? We haven't played him in a long time, but Davos, not better than really what we got out there, is he? I don't want to take anybody out. I mean, we potentially could bring on Fatty in the second in extra time if we need to for a center back, but I'm not doing it yet. I don't want to make a change right now. We're leaving it the same way. We got 10 minutes to hang on to it. O'Callahan gets it to Andre. It's knocked out of his possession, though. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on, Henrique. Good job. Foden now. I mean, that is the one thing. If it goes to pins, we've got some really good pin takers in this lineup. We got Fatty, Odegaard, Mbappe. Foden's good at him. God. I'm just like literally watching the match. I'm not even really doing anything. Gannett, good job pushing that out. Okay, good job. Good job. Way to go. Way to go. Odegaard's tired. Mbappe's tired. Andre's tired. We got a lot of tired guys out there, but I'm keeping them in right now. They can get a little bit of a break after the match. I need them for pins, though. I need these guys for pins. Henrique with the ball. Odegaard now turns it over. Get back. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, not like this. Not like this. It's a good one. We're going. Hey, extra time. Come on, guys. Come on. We can do this. Oh, man. I mean, like, I will honestly probably take it going to pin. Because I think we have it on them, on pins. I think we're that good. It just depends on when do we make the change. When do we start bringing players in? I mean, I'm going to pause it. We're going to look at who we have. I know we've done it before. Hold on. Forgot to put the water bowl up before I started recording. Okay, so we know Fatty is really good at pins. Dragon was trash at him. Diego, not so much, which I didn't expect him to be good at him. Gall, I don't expect to have anything, but it's worth taking. He's not bad. Definitely not bad. We've got two changes we can make. Nimic, are you like adequate? I mean, you're adequate, but I'm not bringing adequate on. Rainer's not great at him. Lucas is not great. So the guys we're looking at right now is definitely Fatty and Gall. I'm going to bring Gall on right now. We're going to wait a little bit closer to time before we bring Fatty on. And it's going to be between Callahan and Garms on who we bring in him for. It's going to be Garms. We're going to take Garms off for Fatty later on in the match. I mean, we're tired. We got some tired guys out there. I know that. And nobody has really played well. Okay, I'm making the change. It's happening now. Fatty's coming on for Garms. I know he's out of position. I know that. Oh my God, Callahan. You beautiful human. I don't want to make that. The change has already been made. Okay, 2-1. Oh my God. Stealing it. Oh, we absolutely stole it, guys. Oh. I'm over here setting up for pins, and Callahan, he carried us on his back in this match. I almost took him off. Almost took him off. Oh God, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad Garms is worse at pins than Callahan. Oh wow. Well, we finally got the international success that we wanted. There we go. Wow, how many trophies did we win this season? We won a lot of trophies. We won the Coupe de France, I know. We won the league. We won the champions. And then we won that weird thing that's like the supporters shield at the start of the season as well. Oh, wow. Bilal hits the cartwheel. Oh, my. That right there was intense. Wow. There we go. Oh man, delighted for everyone involved. That was amazing. Fourth trophy. That was our fourth. Okay. 22 million for that. Apparently the fans, they worship me now. Can I like just give you a hug? Like not an arm around you, like a full-on hug at this point. Great job. Yeah, we know Barcelona's been set to make a Gannett bid for a long time. Wow. Guys, we're going to simulate to the season review. We're going to go over the season review. We're going to take a look at players that we want to. We want to look at the teams. We want to look at ourselves. And that's going to be it, my dudes. Okay, here we go. We are at the season review. And as you can see down there at the bottom, 4 trophies added to the cabinet. Good stuff. 2032 was a very good year for PSG. Looking at the players we signed, the signing of the season was Callahan. There was B- on that. He got us a 7.33 on average rating. Daegu, the board done this one. Director of football signed him C+ on that. He put out 7.28. He wasn't a bad player. He just didn't get through Callahan and Gannett most of the time. Cassie came in with a 7.25. B- on him. I really enjoyed him. I thought he was a great player for us. David, B- on him. 7.17. Really good player. D'Alessandro, we played some. He didn't get a lot of time. He got hurt a couple of times. Put out a 7.09, and then Driz made an impact later in the season. We got him for a B, 6.79, and I think he is really the future of the club. If it would have continued, he's a really good player. He is a really good player. I know we didn't get to see a lot of him this season, mainly because of the injuries. The board B- with the league. I mean, I don't know how we can get much better. Champions League. There you go. Hey, they're happy with that. Coupe de France, C+. I mean, okay, we won it. Okay. You do you. We're not going to go over that. The sponsorship, it went down a good portion. Broadcast revenue stayed up roughly about the same. Corporate hospitality went up a little bit. Competition prize money went up a good portion because we won the Champions League. And match day went up very slightly. Andre, Foden, Mbappe, Gonzalez, and Cassie all getting the best kits, most sold kits. Congratulations to those two guys. Seeing how we lined up. I mean, yeah, I agree with that lineup. I mean, you can make an argument for Mbappe on that left-hand side, but he kind of fell out of the side as it went along. He started to kind of decline this season. And yeah, I think that's overall the best. We ended up dropping Andre down to the number 10 spot a lot late in the season, and especially when Driz got healthy. I know you guys didn't see a lot of that, but especially in the league. So you could have made an argument for Driz getting in this side, but I think ultimately it was right. Odegaard, you could make an argument for Cassie there. Odegaard got hurt a lot this season. I do think the back four is correct. Back four on the right-hand side is definitely correct. Hey, we won the head coach of the year. There we go. Fans player of the season was Odegaard. Young player was Fatty. Signing was O'Callahan. Goal of the season was for Foden. Andre was the top goal scorer with 26. Odegaard had 20 assists. Good night. 13 player of the matches for Odegaard. Had also the highest overall rating and most passes completed for 90 minutes. At the age of 34, still dominating the game. Bilal broke the record for most shutouts in a season. Mbappe has the most league appearances by a player now with 460 of those. Also the most goals by a player in the league for 315, and he's also the oldest player, 34, or oldest goal scorer, 34 years old. Wow. And that is it. That is, I mean, that's I'm at a loss of words right now. I'm really happy with how this went. I'm still looking through. We're just going to accept it. It doesn't matter. It's over with now at this point. I just want to see if there's anything that pops up. Leon Andre got second in the Champions League Golden Boot. And we dominated the Dream Team. A lot of our players. Great stuff. Looking at the Champions League award winners, Bilal got second in goalkeeper. We dominated the defenders. Callahan, Garms, and Henrique all getting in there. Odegaard, best midfielder. And we didn't have the best forward. Okay. I'm not arguing with that because we, like I said, Driz kind of moved up top a little bit. And yeah, so that's the end of the season stuff. It was a great season. Looking back at it, we lost one game. We lost one game to Marseille early on in the season, 1-2. We had a couple more draws this season than what we did last year, I think. But ultimately, it was a great season, obviously, with us winning the Champions League. And yeah, it's been a great one. We're going to start off looking at the clubs though that we first when we're going to start off looking at the clubs that we've managed over the Journeyman. Starting off with 3 state stars. I think I've actually. It might be bad because I've actually deleted or not. I took the leagues off, so it might be a little messed up. They're still in the They're still in the top flight of South African. Overview of them. They won 1 Nedbank Cup. I believe that was not with us. Okay, two of the championships we didn't win that, and then the MTN 8. Did we win this one? I don't remember where we was. Yeah, we didn't stay there long. We really didn't stay there long. Up next, we got Super Sport United. Where are they at now? Are they still in the top flight? They are. This was a club I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed playing at this one. I mean, we might have won. Yeah, we won some stuff there. I know we won the league. Did we win it twice? Was we there at 2023 and 2024? Nedbank 2024, we won that one with them. I don't think we won that. No, we didn't win that one. They've had a good season. I mean, they won the Orange CAF Confederation Cup in 2030, so they're still doing good. MTN's 8, we won 2 of those with them. Telcom Knockout, 1 of those, maybe 2. I don't remember. Yeah, they're continuing on. They still got Bongo, one of the players we signed. Wow, he's been there for a long time. Let's see if we recognize any more names. I mean, Caden Francis is still there. Luke Fleurs is still there. I absolutely loved this guy when we was there. I mean, he 46 caps for South Africa. Wow. Up next, we went to probably, I had the most fun at this club, I think. It was Orlando City in the MLS. And I actually became a fan of this team because of this save. Currently sitting second in the Eastern Conference. Their training facilities, youth facilities, all state of the art. And we won the 2 MLS Cups with them. We won the 2 Supporters Shields with them. And we won. So they haven't won anything since we left. Let's just look at their team and see if there's anybody else that we remember from here. I am looking and I don't see anybody at the moment. They got Reese still at the club. He didn't ever really get in our side. Man, did he have the potential. He was going to be a good player, I thought. And for this league, I mean, pretty good. He's got 13 caps for America at this point in his career. I thought that Mott would have got a little bit more because I thought he was going to be a really good player. He just never made it in for us. Alan Inez, a player that we signed as well, still in the club. And now, was he American when we was there? I thought he was Brazilian. He was training in Brazil, so he's made the change over to American now. He ain't got any caps, though. Kind of surprised by that. He was a good player as well. Frederico Olivia, another player. I think we actually drafted him. Pretty sure we drafted him. Did we draft? We didn't draft. We signed him on a free. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Then we took a trip down to Fluminense. I almost said Flamingo. And like I said, I enjoyed this one as well because we done a little bit different in this one where we used a lot of our youth, and it was a great time. I had a good time with them. Not transfer center. I'm struggling right now. Yeah, I mean, I think we won the league with them maybe once. We won the league with them once, I think, in maybe 20. I mean, it had to be 2028 if we did win it with them. Yeah, I remember winning this one as well, the Rio State. I mean, you can see their trophy cabinet's pretty big right now. Good stuff with that place. I liked it a lot. Looking at this one's going to be a little bit difficult to see if we remember any of these guys from our time because I don't remember a lot of the names of them. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do remember this guy. I remember this guy because I liked him a lot too. I thought he was going to be a really good player. He never left the club. We signed him. We didn't sign him, but the club, we might have signed him. No, the club signed him. I remember he was there when we got there. He was just had got there though. If I'm missing any of these guys that we had managed, I apologize. This guy, I remember Jelton. We signed him. And he turned out to be a pretty good player for us. We signed him for a decent chunk, though. Pedro Lucas, I remember him. The board signed him. I never really liked him, but the board did. They decided to spend the money on him and brought him in. And next one, I think this would have been the one club that I would have really, really enjoyed staying at a little bit longer because we was building something with this side. And when we get to these players that we're not going to, some of the players we're not highlighting, but I am still looking at them, the ones that are not highlighted that I am interested in. Some of the players that's on this club now turned out to be studs after we signed them. We knew that when we signed them, they had to develop a little bit, and oh boy, they developed. And one of them, we're actually going to take a deep dive into him as a player. So I'm going to ignore him on in this one. So, I mean, this side's going to have a lot of our players. Patrick Grack, we never seen him play, but we did sign him. Now estimated valued at $113 million. That's the estimated cost of him. He was a really good player. I was excited about getting him. Valued at $66 million. We signed him for $24 million from Dynamo Moscow. And, yeah, I was excited about him. 7, we signed him as well. Never seen him play, but yeah, he was going to be an absolute stud at the age of 20, already valued at $70 million. We signed him for $24 million. I wanted to see him play real bad. I really did. I thought he was going to be just like an absolute stud. Kretza, this guy, I was pumped about him, and he developed into a really good player. He's popped up a couple times on the scouting reports for us, and I considered signing him. I'm not going to lie to you. I definitely did consider signing him. Well, I think we got him for a pretty good deal. Yeah, we got him for a really good deal for $8.25 for Frankfurt. Frankfurt made some money off of him. And then skipping him because he's going to be mentioned in the group. Vlad is still at goalkeep. And he was a good player. I don't know if he's still their number one. He's not. He doesn't look like it anymore. Yeah, I liked him as well. The Fran, we signed him, a guy that I thought had bags of potential. He hadn't never really developed. Still really young at 21, though. He's got a lot of time. Well, the saves ended, so he doesn't really have a lot of times. I remember loaning this guy in a couple of times, but I don't remember ever. They signed him. They just flat out signed him. He was okay. He wasn't great. Cardozo went out on loan to Mainz. He was a heavy player for us early on in the save there. Seekin's still there. He's banged up right now. Turned into a pretty good player yourself. 4-star player, valued at $67 million. And I think we signed him for cheap too, 7.25. Yep. Jens Koning, I remember him. He was a young player, youth prospect. 2.5 star up now. There was one other player. Where is he at? Where is Yoshi at? Yoshi was such a good player. He didn't get mentioned, but I want to look him up. Because this guy's right here. You know how when you're doing I haven't actually looked at his attributes, but you know when you're doing the press conferences, it says you wouldn't swap him for so-and-so. His name came up when talking about Odegaard. It was, I wouldn't even swap him for Yoshi. And I know he's popped up a couple times on our scouting report, and I think he was 4-star or 5-star at the time. I couldn't remember. He developed into an absolute stud of a player, playing for Tottenham now. 4-star player, $96 million valued at 31 caps. We signed him for $3.8 million. Tottenham paid $132 million for him. So yeah, Frankfurt made some money off of that young gentleman there. And like I said, I would have really liked to manage this club. I think this club had Champions League written all over them. You know, making it to the final at some point in their career. The oldest player they have is 28. I mean, all their key players are young. And you know they have like bukus of money because they sold Yoshi for 100-something million. Then we sold Byrne. I want to look at him. I know we're kind of going through the players that going through some players right now, but we sold this guy, and he was an absolute stud. We sold him for 120 million. So Frankfurt definitely made some money from us. They should be happy to have us as a former manager of the club. It definitely boosted them up. They're sitting 5th in the league right now. We didn't actually even look at their history yet. We won a Bundesliga title with them in 2031. Did we? No, okay. I was about to say, was that us or that was after us? I think that was after us. Pretty sure the Pokal was after us. So, yeah, they're sitting a little bit lower than what I thought they would. It doesn't seem like they've done a ton, but they've got a lot of potential for the future still, even though the save is ending. You get it. All right, it is time. It is time now for us to go to our short list of players. I want to go over some of the ones that we added. This isn't the one we want. Former players. And I'm pretty sure that's not all of them. That ain't all of them, is it? There's no way that is all the players that I've saved. Nicholas Martinez, this was a really good player. He's only a 3-star now, though, for Tottenham. Still playing there. We debated signing him when we was at Frankfurt. They came in and purchased him from Fluminense for 11.25. Good business for them. Angelo Renan, now playing at Shakhtar, had a bright future, never developed. Liverpool spent $30 million on him, then lost money on him for 15.25. Yeah, I thought he was going to be an absolute stud. Juan Pablo Saw from Orlando City. He is still playing for Mainz. Was there. We sold him to Mainz. He was at Mainz throughout the save at Frankfurt, and still playing there. He's been banging in goals for him for a pretty good while now. Definitely a good player for them. This player right here. I know we didn't have him a lot. Nope. We'll go over him in a second. Nunez. Apparently I highlighted him. I don't remember why I did this. We had purchased him for Orlando City. He has bounced around quite a bit. But Pierre Martial, this was a guy that we signed when we was at Supersport, I believe. And I thought he was going to be a really good player for that South African leagues. And we ended up selling him to a Chinese club. I didn't want to, but he wanted to leave. We let him leave. And we never really got to see him play. He's valued at 6.5 now. And we sold him for $900K, which just seems ridiculous looking back at what we've sold players for. But back then, that $900K was huge. I thought this guy had bags of potential for that league that we was in at the time. Big John, this guy, a lot of you guys liked him. He had a weird career. Had a very weird career. He left Supersport on a deal for $195K to Brazil, which we didn't do that. It was after us. He went to Fortaleza, played there for 3 years, never really broke into the team, loaned back out to Orlando Pirates, and reestablished himself in the South African leagues. And then the Sundowns purchased him for $575,000, and he's been playing there as a regular starter for a long time now. Great player. I really liked him. Caden Francis, this guy, I thought he was going to be great for South Africa, and he's played for Supersport ever since we signed him, and that was a big fee when we bought him, a huge fee. This guy, and you can see when we was there, when we was at Supersport for those 2 years. Had great seasons. He's had one really good season. He hadn't had a bad season. He's had really good seasons. You could argue that 2031, this one right here was probably his worst season. But yeah, he was a good player. I liked him a lot. And of course, my favorite guy of the save, Mr. Joe Warren, also helping us over at Daegu FC. If you're not checking that save out, it's brand new. It's been really, really fun. I think you guys need to go check it out. This guy was a really good player. I liked him a lot. He after we left, he kind of fell off a little bit. He's got 6 caps for America. I thought he was going to be the next American Wonder Kid. I was really excited about him. Had a weird career. Orlando City had him, and you can see when we was there with him, I think he was a rookie when we got there, so he had a 7.47. Yeah, this was when we had him. 19 appearances, 18 goals, 6 assists, 4 player of the matches, 7.47 overall rating. Then he got banged up this season, I think, a little bit. He had some injuries in his career. Yeah, but you can see he was really good for us. They loaned him out to New England Revolution, and then he signed in France on a free and didn't really do much for him. He had 2 good seasons there, 2 seasons that he contributed. And now he is lined up to go to Salt Lake, back in America. And I really, really enjoyed him. I'm going to struggle with this guy. I think his name is Marcos Julio. This was one of the youth prospects that we had at Fluminense that we played a lot. And is it this? It's not him. Is it Marco? It might be Marco. I can't even remember his name. I didn't save him to the list, so I'm going to have to search for him. Okay, that's not going to help us out. Tulio might be a better solution. Was it this guy? Pretty sure it was this guy. Are you the Fluminense player? You are the Fluminense player, so now he is playing in the second division in Brazil. We thought he had some potential. We really did. We thought he had some potential to be a good player in the top flight. Never really worked out for the kid. I liked him though. And then the last player, and this guy's, you could argue that he made the jump like Yoshi. He's still playing at Frankfurt. Popped up a couple times on our scouting list. I think if we would have stayed at PSG, we would have ultimately brought him in, developed into a really nice player on that left-hand side. We played him up top a lot, and that is Mr. Shoretz. I mean, this guy's a stud now. Absolute stud. 4-star player. Still playing at Frankfurt, valued only at 28.5. You could get him for an absolute bargain. Maybe I see the club doesn't want to sell him. We purchased him for 2.5, and he's been I mean, he's going to make him. He's going to be another $100 million player, I figure. Okay, I went too far back. Yeah, you're just look at his. I mean, yeah, I mean that's all you need to know. Just look at his attributes. He is great. Already 36 caps at the age of 23 for Belarus, and he doesn't look to be slowing up by any means. See, he's wanted by some clubs. Who wants him? I mean, they're going to get a good player. Maybe Frankfurt won't sell him because they can hold out, I think, a little bit longer and get some bigger clubs in there and sell him for a bigger price. Because yeah, he's a stud. I would have signed him. I would have signed him this offseason, more than likely. I know that we didn't need a left wing, but Mbappe with his age, I think I would have definitely signed him, and Lucas and Gonzalez could battle it out over there. Because I think Gonzalez's future for us was up top. That would have left Mbappe and Lucas, and I think, like I said, Mbappe's on his way out. Choratz and Lucas would have fought over that left-hand position, and Choratz would have ultimately won it for me because he's just a much better player. He's a great player. Absolute stud of a player. Let's look at us. Maybe we can actually see what we have won as a coach instead of us just trying to guess. Job history. There we go. You can look at our job. Okay, there we go. This is what we want. This is what we need. So we didn't win anything at Free State Stars the first year that we was there. Finished third in the league and got promoted. Then we won the manager of the match once. Okay. We didn't win any trophies there with them. The only club I think we didn't win any trophies with. Super Sport, we won MTN 8 1 year, and then we won the league 1 year. Next year we won same two things. We won the league and the MTN 8. We spent one more year after that, and we won a good bit of stuff this time. It looks like we won MTN 8, the league, the Nedbank, and the Telcom. Good stuff there. First year at Orlando City, we don't win anything. Didn't win diddly there the first year. Then after that, the trophies started to rack up after that. We got the Eastern Conference, the MLS Cup, Lamar Hunt Open Cup, the Supporters Shield, and then we had the MLS All-Stars game, which, I mean, I didn't do that. The next year we won the same things. I mean, we dominated Orlando City. Dominated. We turned that club into a powerhouse in that Eastern Conference. Fluminense, we just won one trophy. The Rio State, no, we won two trophies. We won the Rio State, and then the next year we won the league after that. Frankfurt, we just won one trophy there. It was tough for us. We won Bundesliga. This team was a piss poor club when we took over, and we turned them into a really good club that has a huge future. Then after that, we went to PSG, where we won the league and the Supporters Shield over there. Then this past season, all the stuff. We won the Supporters Shield, basically, the Coupe de France, Ligue 1, and the Champions League. My dudes, I think that's where we're going to call it. It was a great save, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This will be a yearly occurrence for me. It will always be my first save in every Football Manager going forward, and it's not always going to be around the world. Next year, we're going to Europe, and I don't know what we're going to do. I think I'll have France and Germany turned off at the start because we managed there, but the rest of the leagues, we're going to load them up, get them ready to go. We're going to start in Europe, and it should be a great time, and I'm already looking forward to it. I am really struggling doing this outro. I've done it like 3 times now. Yeah, it's done. It's a bittersweet moment. The Journeyman is over. We've got a lot of stuff planned for the future. And we are going to go over a little bit of stuff in this outro, so I hope you stay to the end. I'm going to put some of this stuff out on Twitter later. But going forward, we will always do a Journeyman. It'll always be the first save of every Football Manager that we do. Next year, though, we're going to Europe. That's where we're starting out next year. We're loading up the European leagues. We're not going to load up Germany and France right off the bat because we had some time there. I don't want to do that yet. So definitely we're turning them off at the start of the save. And they'll be loaded up as the save goes on, as we develop as a manager. And yeah, it's done. It is definitely done. Going forward with the channel, we got 2 saves coming up. Well, we got one going on right now. We got another one coming up pretty soon. So me and my wife, we are having to move to a hotel for a short period of time. So starting next week, Monday, the Daegu save will move to the, I think it's 5 o'clock time for you guys. So it will move to the 5 o'clock slot. It will be Monday through Friday. I can't do the Saturday and Sunday right now. And then once we get out of the hotel into the new place, when we get set up, there will be 2 saves. Daegu will stay at the 5 o'clock time. And then the new save in Belgium will move to the earlier time. I don't know what time that is for you. It'll move to that slot. And it should be a good time. But if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed the Journeyman, go ahead and leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. And as always, my dudes, thank you for watching.